Tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Minnesota Vikings taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll run on first down. Grove. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago. 12 carries, 84 yards.
He's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
On third down, Rice. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. They run the counter. Grove. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on first down, Brewer. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun, Brewer sliding out of the pocket. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. He'll decide to keep this once more. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. And, Charles, for this defense, you know, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, you know they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that could be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And it's taken in at the 9. So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 44 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries. They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Brewer. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And it's fielded at the 34. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. The 20. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 16-yard line. A big play there. What a run there. I mean, you've got speed, elusiveness, escapability all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they try the right side here. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
on second down now. Farrell, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. On first down, Brewer. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Back to throw. Brewer out to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. McPherson's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
They'll drop to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
On play action, they'll throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. John Franklin Myers in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And shedding through the tackle. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he will have a Vikings first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, Franklin. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Franklin. Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. And quickly they get to the line. Back to throw. Franklin looking for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him... on the season, and the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Slide for the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 6. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Back to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the second, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Off play action. Franklin. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give them a good 10 yards on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta regains possession of the football. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Throwing on first down, Franklin. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And down inside the 15 he goes. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do touchdown.
Justin Jefferson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 15 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it's polished off by a Viking score. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds, because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one. And the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Monty Rice able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. The Falcons on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll roll him out right. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Boy, that was pretty. Sidestepping defenders on his way to a pickup of 9 yards. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rice, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Grove gets around him, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Right back to him on 1st down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept that moment. It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. It allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Minnesota,